A lot of times guns and weapons are a family entertainment. And the whole family goes out and they spend, days together out in the fields talking and just having fun together, and I think it builds memories as a family. It's not just about going out and killing a deer or a prairie dog or whatever. It's more about memories, and it's an accomplishment to be able to hit something. It's no different than somebody being able to throw a baseball into a guy's softball glove. And so it's fun for people to see that it's also for fun and entertainment and a recreation.
My name is Austin Burgess, and I work in media production.
Mark Burgess, I'm the road maintenance coordinator of the township in my community.
Back when I was still in high school, I just was on YouTube one day watching some hunting videos and saw that somebody had posted a video just called Prairie Dog Hunting, and I was like, oh, well, what the heck's a prairie dog? Started watching the video and was like, oh man, this looks like real life whack-a-mole. And so I started looking into it and trying to find like excursions, because there's a lot of places that'll actually take you on trips, but they're like $500 to $600 a day, which per person would be really expensive for my dad and I to go out and do. So we started looking into it, and just so happened we had a connection out in Wyoming.
We had some friends that lived out by Wyoming and the South Dakota border, and worked out with them to set us up with some ranchers to do prairie dog hunting, and it's just been a blast ever since.
We normally like to leave pretty early. This year was early Sunday morning, which means we got to avoid any rush hour traffic in Minneapolis.
We've kind of gotten our usual spots where we generally stop. So we stop at Minnesota's largest candy store and usually pick up some odd and unusual pieces of candy.
The whole trip we're in Minnesota for like an hour and 40 minutes, and then we get to South Dakota and the GPS says you're on this road for 8 hours, have fun.
Starting route to Custer.
One of the stops we make almost every year is Wall Drug. Every year it's pretty much the same thing. It's a tourist trap in the heart of South Dakota. It's pretty entertaining. Cheap ice cream, cheap coffee, and it's just a good spot to get out and stretch your legs for a bit because you've been driving for 6 hours.
I'm excited that we get to go out in the fields and get some prairie dogs finally. The trip is fun, but it's definitely more fun when we get to shoot stuff. So,
after the long drive, basically you show up in Custer, grab all of our expensive stuff, guns, ammo, throw it in the hotel room, and go to bed.
well, Adam, I'm ready to go hunting. How about you? Yep.
A lot of times whenever I tell people that we're going out prairie dog hunting, they always ask, why do you hunt prairie dogs? What are you going to do with them? Do you eat them? And I'm like, no, that's nasty.
For us, it's all kind of just about the fun and the time together, but like the ranchers really want to get rid of them because they're very destroying of the land. So wherever these prairie dog towns are, there is actually no grass in that whole area. And also the cattle can trip in the holes and break their legs. Basically, all call them rats. They don't even call them prairie dogs, they call them rats, and they just want them gone.
Wake up super early, hunt day one, drive to the first location to meet the pastor and his family. And normally this is when they tell us, hey, this is where we're going to be hunting tons of prairie dogs. And this year he tells us a plague went through the last few places that were extremely busy the previous year, and all of the prairie dogs were gone.
This year, the plague went through.
Oh yeah.
And so that big field, the really big one,
It's our best spot.
yeah, there's not a prairie
Wow.
dog there, they said. Which the rancher is really thankful for because down by Dewey though, across the railroad tracks,
Oh, okay.
there's supposed to be some down there.
Okay.
So that's probably where we're gonna head to first. All right, you guys ready? Let's do it.
One of my favorite parts about going out west is just the extraordinary difference in like landscapes between Minnesota and Wyoming. Minnesota, obviously we have tons of trees, but you get out to Wyoming and it's just vast.
It's just so vast out there, and even the guns sound different. The guns here are loud, you wear ear protection even for the smaller guns, and out there it's like shooting a BB gun when you're shooting a 22 because there's just nothing to echo off of.
And not having to worry about like, oh, I hope there's no houses this way, because there are houses that you can see this way, but they're 5 miles out of range.
Spotting them can be a little, you kind of get used to looking for certain colors and little movements here and there.
You scan the horizon once, you kind of memorize what it all looks like, and then you just look for really minor differences, because there might be a prairie dog up on a mound that's not standing up yet, but you can see them, but it's hard. One of the most memorable moments every year is always seeing your first prairie dog, but it's not nearly as exciting as nailing your first prairie dog.
My son gets the same look on his face that he did when he was 4 years old when he picked up a frog. So it's just fun to watch the happiness of, oh, I got him.
I freaking got him. That's like 400 yards away. I got him.
I did notice this year with the better equipment and the better trigger, the Hyperfire trigger that pulled so easy, I had it, before I had a tendency to jerk the gun, so I was missing a lot more. This year it seemed like if I got them lined up in the scope and I shot, I got them just about every time.
So after we're done hunting, we always go back to John and Barb's house because they let us stay with them because they're amazingly nice.
It's just kind of gotten to be a fun tradition because all their kids usually try to be there because they like it, and we generally end up going there for supper and then play a game afterwards or do something like that.
It was a good chance to get to know them better and get to hang out with the kids while we weren't out on the ranches shooting.
Bang!
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 Every year, there's always the chance when we're going out that, oh, we might only get 10 prairie dogs total. Obviously, getting prairie dogs is the goal, but the fun part to me is getting to hang out and go shooting with my dad for a few days. Like, regardless of how many prairie dogs we can get 5, we can get 500, I would still have the same amount of fun.
I can see a couple out there. They're a little too far away yet.
I think out there, a good day is just if you're happy with the amount of stuff you've seen, and you know, even if you don't hit anything, it's just fun to have activity.
After a slow morning, it looked like our day would be shot because of a big storm that was rolling in. Of course, that's really not what we wanted to see on our last hunting day. We knew there were prairie dogs out there, but they were all hiding from the storm. We just had to wait and hope we'd get another shot before having to head home. Luckily, it didn't take long for the storm to clear, and once the sun came back out, so did the prairie dogs. We ended up being in one of the most active spots of the whole weekend.
Either taunting me or really stupid. Oh, he's just really stupid. That was good.
Yeah, I think it's helped us just to be around each other, even though both of us are fairly quiet introverts. It's not like we talk the whole way out there and the whole way back, but it's just fun to be together. My dad and I never did a lot of things together. We worked together on the farm, but we never did a lot of just fun things together.
The yearly hunting trip with my dad is one of the highlights of my summer. It's a way for us to make memories, have fun, and enjoy one of the many things that makes this country great.